Hey there, viewers. My name's Torinski, and welcome back to another DCSS, I guess, Monday? Unfortunately, wasn't able to make it on yesterday. You might still be able to hear it a bit, but over this weekend I got pretty sick with a cold, so unfortunately wasn't quite feeling up to it yesterday. Still not fully feeling up to it today, but I wanted to get on for a little bit, see if we can't bring Shard just a bit further towards the, of course, inevitable victory, as we all know. But yeah, where we last left off, we'd of course had a bit of an unfortunate start to the stream, but leveled it off by deciding to just get back to basics, get a win under our belt since it's been a while since we've seen one, and go with a Gargoyle caster of Gozag. Not the most exciting background combo, but definitely a pretty solid one, and always a lot of fun at the end of the day. So, course, today I didn't even do any of my usual chain today, jumping right back into the usual routine of trying to get a win with every deity in the game, and then I get into where we last left off. Wow, take a week and a day off and my mind is completely shot. Also, before we jump in, wanted to give a special notice to this fantastic splash art. Such a cute image. I want to say, I mean, it's a crossbow, looks short-statured, so I want to say kobold, but you know, some kind of canine adjacent anthropomorphic being of sorts. But of course, who knows what the dungeon has in store, so without further ado, let's get ready to hop back in with the good old Shard. Fantastic stuff. Of course, we had the skin of Zor here that should do us fairly well for the majority of the kind of mid to early, you know, late game, at least all relative to a 3-rune game rather than the further extended 15. But quite fantastic, and we had just gone up to the point where we were thinking about heading into one of our S branches, cleared out all through Lair and Orc. So I guess that's what we'll be doing to start ourselves off today. Probably something else, or even many other things that I'm completely forgetting about, but hey, that's fine. We're of course also debuting here, the new computer. Again, not going to make a huge difference. DCSS isn't exactly the most greedy game when it comes to computational power, but the main thing is I'm just hoping my settings aren't completely kibosh. Try to do a little bit of testing, but hey, we'll see how it goes. If it's horrible, it's horrible. It's not that much different from the majority of the time I spent streaming, especially in the beginning, and arguably even to the modern era. I'm not super well versed in the stream tech here, but okie dokie, without further ado, we can take another peek. Right, we did have this fantastic little store here, quite an expensive helmet, but also a very sweet one. Current hat is not really doing much for us. I'm tempted to just buy this. And you know what? Maybe that's in fact what we will do here. Let's start off with a little bit of a risky endeavor. I mean, we still have plenty of money for potion petitions, at least for this moment in time. We'll see how long that lasts. And then we have shoals and snakes. So let's start off with shoals. We should be able to make fairly decent work of it with the mixture of Olgrebs. What's your name, sir? Oops, let's jump in here. It is Olgleb. Can't talk it out. Let's just say OTR. And Ignite Poison, always a fantastic combo for going through shoals here. So let's just dive right into it, shall we? I mean, I don't know what our undead friend is doing here. Ah, never mind, that clears it up. Hello, Josephine. Welcome to the party. Welcome. Well, we'll just keep letting everyone become especially poisoned here. And, you know, I'm probably willing to blow up Josephine and head upstairs. And we can come down to a Sky Shark a little bit later on, shall we? I should also, before we get too far into it, remind myself what exactly we were looking forward to here today. Also need to remember I have Freezing Cloud, because that completely slipped my memory. I do recall that for quite a while last Sunday we had just Dispersal and Disjunction as our only high level spells, so we were starting to train towards that. And then just at the very end of the day, we noticed Spellforge Servitor, as well as a nice little smorgasbord, I guess, of conjuration spells, specifically Iron Shot, Spellforge Servitor go together especially well, so I think we will change gears into that. Translocations we'll leave at a bit of an odd number for now. We'll round that off at a later date, especially since that extra little bit of utility will probably come in handy. And then conjurations and earth magic are both training. That sounds good to me. Let's just bring in summoning as well, shall we? Bring that up to something like 10, and we'll see how that goes. Need to remind myself where Irradiate is, because I have a sneaking suspicion we'll be using that right away here. Hello, my friends. And one more time with Feeling. Beautiful. Not too shabby. Just ignore that little message pop up. Perfect. And do I want to learn Iron Shot now? It's not super castable, but 13% failure rate is not the end of the world. I could also learn Orb of Destruction instead. I guess it's one spell level cheaper to go with the Iron Shot. And we are a little bit worse for wear in that regard at the moment here. Let's do it. Might as well have that in our back pocket for when it does become castable relatively shortly here. And then let's just dive right into the thick of it, shall we? Do I have no good single target spells? Besides, of course, that Iron Shot that we just picked up, but unfortunately does not really look like it. So I guess OTR and Ignite Poison, while not the most efficient way to deal with a single enemy chilling out in the middle of the ocean here, is what we will revert to at the end of the day here. And let's see. We have some boots that we probably won't end up wearing. I guess there's a small chance. I'm trying to see what we can drop here. Ring of Intelligence, I guess, isn't going to get too much playtime in the near future. Of course, Amnesia, Enchantment Scrolls, all these could go, but I'm a sucker for the convenience of lugging those bad boys around, so we'll keep them on hand, on deck for the time being. And not too shabby. Oh, un-ID'd scrolls. I think we already got acquirement on this character, though I could be wrong. So it's Fog, Immolation, or Silence. I mean, and I think we're back. Let's double check that real quick. Unfortunately, it seems like not only am I feeling a little bit out of it today, a little bit under the weather, so is my OBS. It's not doing a brilliant job here today, but that's fine. You know, new computer throws everyone for a loop, OBS. I totally understand. I respect you for it. But hopefully, that is a little more stable now. We'll have to see. You didn't miss too much. Fortunately, everything started blaring at me pretty quickly into it. But of course, we did pick up an un-ID'd scroll here. So we're just going to run back up to our latent ID scrolls sitting around here, and let's see what these bad boys do. In fact, I didn't even notice that we had another un-ID'd stack already on us, so that's fantastic. And now I feel like I'm going to be paranoid about the stream's overall health here, keep checking on it, but I'm sure I'll be fine. Not the end of the world if we miss out on a little bit here or there. So we'll see how she goes, shall we? And of course, coming in with a flyer, I mean, if you've been on the channel before, you've already heard me complain over and over again about how it's always a little bit wonky to be flying around shoals, because you end up exploring deep into the ocean, which just means when you do eventually find that kraken chilling out in the middle of nowhere, oh boy, are you in for a bit of a fun ride. Also, that's cool. Do these portals link up to these portals? Interesting. You know what? Just out of my own curiosity, I feel like I've got to check it out. They do indeed. Oh wow! Oh, there were 3 of them. I didn't even notice. Well, that's super cute. I like that. Well, oh geez. Why, hello there, friends. Well, unfortunately, 2 pigs spawning next to me on the stairs does not bode super well for my self-imposed rules here. I don't know if I can make it out of this and keep those sons of guns in one piece. I guess we could take them upstairs rather, teleport, and come back. It's a whole lot of legwork for very little benefit, but hey, that is so oftentimes just the definition of what it means to be a good person in life. Well, what a beautiful teleport that was. Thank you, DCSS. I mean, I'm more than happy to waste that kind of bad luck and misfortune on what is probably completely harmless. Oh, interesting. My pathfinding knew about the portals and tried to take a shortcut. Well, let's not do that. If you could be so kind, please, and thank you, DCSS. Appreciate you. And right back into the thick of things, shall we? Oh, me oh my. Centaur hordes abound here, so let's just pop right into the middle of them so that we're not letting them take too many ranged attacks. That is fantastic. Not too shabby whatsoever. We'll see when Kirky and Polyphemus, whichever way you'd like me to say it, my one-eyed friend. We'll see if they catch wind of us at some point as we explore the floor here. Potion of Might. Probably will end up taking, or I guess we definitely will end up taking, right after we finish hanging out with our other new friends here. Come on, Kamal. And not too shabby. There's a brief moment there pouncing the sea snake. I was thinking to myself, oh, what about my poison resistance? Am I prepared for this eventuality? Completely forgetting that I'm, of course, made out of statue here, so not really a concern that we need to bother with here today. And let's start stacking poison on the merfolk and the fawn buddy as we finish off the last of the harpies here. And that's not too shabby. Oh my gosh, the centaurs abound once more here. Apparently not very good at keeping track. Haven't quite developed that object permanence. Still at the intellectual level of a toddler, I see. Quite impressive that you're able to use a bow, honestly. That's the real moral of the story, of course. But okie dokie. Find out where this buddy went. There you are, my good sir. Hello, hello. Fortunately, the water nymphs are especially vulnerable to our OTR Ignite Poison combo, specifically because they're always in water. And I think Ignite Poison can create some steam. If not, then I'm just going to continue living in my blissful ignorance here, pretending that that means and does something. Because, hey, maybe if we believe hard enough, it will become reality. Hey, Nicola. How's it going, my Teslatic? There's gotta be like a adjective version of Tesla, no? Regardless, my electric friend. Quite the personality on you, buddy. What the heck do we wish to do with you? We, of course, at least have lightning resistance, but that's not going to do a whole lot against a 3d45 that rolls poorly for us. No silence either, eh? Well, one thing we can do is head off into the open ocean. Now I am wishing that instead of Iron Shot, I'd given myself... oh, geez. Orb of Destruction, because that would be doing a little bit more work for us here at the end of the day. But that's fine. We'll hang out at the edge of your sight range. Turns out deep water is pretty nice. Now I need to excuse me while I mute to cough along. Oh, geez. As I said, still slightly recovering. Especially since I'm trying my best to not sound too sick, not, you know, bless all of you with the disgusting noises that a cold can make sometimes. Okie dokie, there we go. We see Polyphemus's friends all hanging out. Sorry to say that we will apply some judicious flaming poison here to just wrap things up, and that is fantastic. And Polyphemus yourself. Are you slow in water? Oh no, you're slow because of the power of Zor, of course. Fantastic. Again, one of those abilities or egos on Unrandarts that seems a bit unassuming at first, but very quickly begins to show off its abilities. Oh my gosh, Roxanne as well. This was quite the unique floor, as it were. Very, very interesting. Well, Kiriki is still hanging around somewhere. Oh, and I guess I could use the deep water to my advantage so that we don't accidentally find ourselves murdering any of our poor swine friends here. I guess swine is kind of playing into Kiriki's whole thing here, since they are, in fact, humans after all. There we go. Oh, shoot. No. Don't be mad at me, friends. Accidentally shedding a little bit of our poison aura onto our friends there. Apologies. Did not mean to do so, of course. I hope you find it in your hearts to forgive me. After all, it was us who saved you from a lifetime of polymorphism. And we're not talking the coding principle. Boom boom cha. That's a joke for all you developers out there. Which probably isn't too small of a selection based on what I've previously seen with DCSS. Attracts quite a few developers into its midst.